HMS Bulwark is in the South China Sea, approaching the coast of Brunei. Her crew has reached the climax of the Taurus deployment. Tonight, Bulwark will show her full potential as the Royal Navy's amphibious flagship. The Royal Marines will be heading out of the well dock by boat and travelling inland and up the jungle rivers. But on this hot, humid and sticky afternoon, the boatswain's got different plans for the back of the ship.
I've just gone down to open the stern gate to see if there's a potential that we could have a hands to biv. That's basically just where we let people go for a swim off the back end of the ship. Well, it looks a bit rough, too rough to be honest.
But Bulwark's captain, Wayne Keeble's having none of that.
When we get an opportunity, when we're in an environment where the sea surface temperature is as it's now, it's 29 degrees, we'd like to take the opportunity to have a bit of a swim.
A crew is on the lookout for sharks.
While we've got the safety boat there.
Hey guys, if you drop your ID card as you're coming in.
And the routine there, we're handing in the ID cards so that we know how many people are in the water, so when we clear the water, we know we've got everybody back and we don't have to worry about it.
It's just a nice way to relax, isn't it? You've got the chance to go out here and have a bit of fun. And it's a bit more all round, isn't it?
A couple of jellyfish around there, but apart from a couple of stingers, good fun.
Now they've cooled off, time to get back to work.
2 minutes! 2 minutes! Can you get him to make a pipe for Sergeant Smith?
We've got one guy who's not collected his ID card. We're just double checking before we shut the door.
After 10 long minutes, the missing Marine shows up. He gets a good telling off. Then the well dock returns to its real purpose. An area 4 decks high and 60 metres long, housing all the Marines' equipment. The vehicle deck up the front stores around 30 specialist armoured trucks. The dock can transform into a floating harbour for 4 landing craft. These mobile command centres carry troops, water, rations and fuel right up to the shore. Marine DAS farmers in charge of getting the boats and vehicles ready to go for tonight's amphibious operation.
We're just loading everything up, getting everything ready. The vehicles are all coming aboard now. In about 5 to 6 hours' time, we're going to be going out the back.
Amphibious ops are the most complex the Navy undertakes. With over 30 boats and 60 vehicles tightly packed on board, it's a tricky business getting the right one into position.
The biggest problem we've got is, because we've got so many vehicles, you've got to move one vehicle to get to a different vehicle so we can get the third vehicle out, and then we've got to put them all back so we can get to the second vehicle that we need in the first place. And that could take, you know, the good part of 2 days. It's like a big-ass Tetris game, this, for us.
DAS needs to get a case tractor onto the landing craft. It's used to lay down metal roads for beach landings. The track alone weighs 4 tons, so keeping the whole thing balanced takes some skill.
It's seriously dangerous. I've done it quite a few times and it keeps on tipping over for me. So I've either got seriously bad luck or I'm just crap at driving. So Liam does it from now on.
Oh, it was all right. I don't know what he was worried about.
The thing is, why do the work yourself when you can get a dog to do it for you? I'm all right.
The huge landing craft utility boat is going to be driven by senior coxswain Dinger Bell.
How many use them, mate? Basically, I'll be supporting the troops and the other smaller craft that are going to be on the water. Right, you've sorted it, yeah? This is the final part, the culmination of the whole of Taurus, really. So everyone wants to get in there, get amongst it, and yeah, let's crack it.
Dinger's going to be taking the 4 Assault Squadron Marines 30 miles up the Brunei rivers. Last week, HMS Ocean delivered Marines from 40 Commando's Charlie Company into the jungle. They're posing as a rebel army, ready to ambush Dinger and his men. But they don't know where or when it's going to happen.
We're going to go for it in the darkness tonight, and obviously that'll nullify Charlie Company hitting us as well. Okay?
It is training, of course it is, but everyone gets into it, and obviously it has to be taken seriously.
You probably noticed the lights have gone off in here. That's so that the lads can start adjusting their night vision, and obviously once we go into the darkness, it gives us the best advantage.
This will be Dinger's first time navigating the landing craft up such a narrow stretch at night.
Everyone on board, yeah? The river we're going up is quite narrow in parts. There's no lights on it, obviously, and we're going to be totally dark as well. So we're going to be relying heavily on our radar and, of course, obviously just observing as much as we can moving up that river.
But he's about to run into trouble. And Bulwark's deadliest gunboats go to war. Is navigating his landing craft in pitch black up the narrow rivers of the Brunei jungle.
This is a bit of a first because we haven't done this in the dark in one of these craft before.
This huge landing craft utility is 30 metres long and 7 metres wide, so it's a tight squeeze and obstacles come out of nowhere.
Jesus.
Yeah, step back up.
Well spotted, mate. What we're using here to navigate is a full moon, which is very helpful, and a very, very clear radar sweep that we've got. It's a bit of an arcade game, basically. You've got to keep this little yellow-orange dot in the middle of a black line, basically. And if your yellow dot touches the orange sides, then that's you hitting the riverbank. But as an added security to that, I've got my second coxswain on the front there with night vision, and he's basically keeping me appraised of anything that's floating down the river.
They can't turn their lights on in case the rebel army, played by 40 Commando, is waiting to attack.
Anywhere along here we can be expected to be hit from either side, and we don't know where they are, so obviously we need to remain vigilant. It's something that you've got to be on top of all the time. You've only got one shot of this, you need to make sure you get it right. Slight bend to the left now, yeah?
The boats ran into something and crashed.
Now that I did not see.
Can you just whack my stern light on, please, mate? Look at that. There's a lattice of logs been sort of tied together and left in the middle of the river. We've just sort of mashed into it because obviously nobody could see it. Didn't show up on the radar. So yeah, we went from sort of 7 knots to nothing there in about a boat's length. Are they all tied together, are they, mate?
All tied together.
That's handy.
A good 40, 50 foot long.
Here comes a local on the boat.
The last thing the logger was expecting was an invasion force.
He's probably been making that all week.
You never see that, you just think it's reflection.
Well, Smudge didn't, no, he didn't, did he? Can I get past around the left now?
Fortunately as well, it looks like they haven't lost any of their larger logs.
How's that for a line, mate?
Stock and stern.
International incident over, they proceed upriver.
Yep, we're cracking on now. We've knocked our lights off again and we're back into character. Shaken, not stirred.
Most of the Marines have had a good night's rest on the deck. Unlike their driver.
No sleep last night.
But they're going to have to look sharp because at some point today, 40 Commandos going to ambush them. Over on HMS Bulwark, chefs are busy making bread for breakfast.
Come on then, Jeff.
Head of catering, Nobby, is in charge of the assembly line.
On a lot of ships, they use a machine for this. They use a machine to get it all the same size. We haven't got one. Look at the size of that one. We have our own bakery for the simple reason that because we have a ship's company of 600, and we probably carry maybe one week's bread. So after the first week, we have to bake our own bread on a daily basis. It's nice to have in the morning with your bacon. What a feast.
6 decks up from the galley, another early riser, Lee Bartup, is making a morning cuppa for the Commodore.
Just perhaps shake the boss, give him a kick, make sure he's up. Boss is adrift, I'm in the poo. What is that? I'm looking after the boss full time. Wherever he goes, I shall go. It's the top end of the scale, I suppose.
Serving the main man is a round-the-clock job.
First up, last to bed. That comes to the territory, really, I think.
After 12 years as a Royal Navy steward, Lee should have got used to it.
It's normally me that's got the grump on in the morning. Morning, sir.
Indeed.
Thank you. Boss is always happy. Constant smile on his face. My job would be if I was on a Commodore's pay packet as well. Got that well in hand.
The man with the smile is the new Commodore, Paul Bennett. He's been appointed Task Group Commander halfway through the deployment. It's a tough gig.
No one really tells you how to be a Commodore. Of course, in my previous jobs, I've seen plenty of Commodores and Admirals, and you see how they operate, but you can only be yourself.
So I've got the P files.
I've got a lot to learn personally, and actually this exercise is brilliant for me, so I can learn how the whole thing fits together.
The Commodore's in charge of the 12 warships that make up the Taurus task group. They've all joined up in Brunei, so he's off on a whistle-stop tour of his fleet.
I get an idea about how they're getting on, what they think of the exercise. It's really important, and you get a really good feel. The only way you can understand a ship is if you go and visit them.
With the boss out of the way, Lee cracks on with the chores.
Yeah, one of the more glamorous jobs that you have to do. Clean ship's a happy ship and all that jazz. Just need to press, which I'll do a bit later. Just a year-old tradition of cleaning and polishing shoes, which seems to be the bane of my life, to be perfectly honest. About 5 pairs, 6 pairs of shoes different a day. Different shoes, different attire, and everyone's probably got their little gimmicks that they think that works better. I know some people use cotton wool, some people swear by dusters, and others use lighters and melt the polish on and whatnot. But yeah, it can get quite technical, believe it or not.
Lee's method's pretty old school.
I think it's just a bit of patience, and I can see my face in it.
Down in the well dock, the Marines in charge of the offshore raiding crafts, known as Orcs, are heading out to the jungle. They're about to rendezvous with Dinger and his team at Forward Operating Base, FOB Badass.
We're going to be the sort of main platform for accommodation, for supply of rations and water and ammunition. And obviously it's a safe place for people to come back to and obviously regroup and rest.
Dinger's landing craft is a 200-ton floating command centre. Below the driver's wheelhouse, there's a galley with an oven, fridge and a sink. There's even a shower for the sweaty crew and 8 bunks where they can get their heads down. On deck, there's room for a further 30 Marines on camp beds, as well as fuel, food and water to sustain a squadron for 2 weeks.
We've just landed now. This is Badass, the forward operating base, FOB Badass. This is going to be the sort of home base location for everyone.
Smoke grenades are attached to tripwires to give the crew of the landing craft some warning if the enemy gets close.
Got one of them here. It's on a pressure one, the idea being that they come up the steps, move the wood out of the way or knock it. This releases the logs and it sets off the smoke. Now, if nobody sets this one off. There is another one set up just up there, so at least 2 of them would trip that and give us the early warning that we need to man the guns and return fire.
The Orcs arrive after a 30-mile journey upriver. They need a top-up at Dinger's mobile petrol station.
Once they're refueled, they'll be ready to move up the river, and they're going to mallet the enemy until there ain't any enemy left.
The Orcs are the Royal Marines' latest bit of kit. Colour Sergeant John Hiscock is leading the squadron.
When you're in the jungle environment like this here, one of the main areas that needs to be dominated and exploited is the waterway, because the effect that it can give us is the ability and the freedom of movement to move troops, ammunition and stores around quickly, whereas in the tree line, 100 metres can take you 45 minutes.
John's got 6 Orcs, 4 of them to carry the troops and the other 2 are heavily armed gunboats.
The lads on board at High Valley, we need to protect them at all costs.
The gunboats are fitted with armour plating and 4 machine guns.
What's unique to this gunboat is you've got pretty much 360 arcs. You've got the ability to fire from pretty much forward all the way over the rear of the boat. Now we can get ourselves out of a problem, but also now if we want to, we can go looking for a fight.
Today, some US Marine Corps reservists have joined forces with the Royal Marines. Next year, they'll all be heading out to Afghanistan. So this is a good team-building exercise.
Okay, left-hand gun fires, left-hand gun stops. Stop it.
John's letting them loose on the gunboats.
I've fired them before, but I've never fired them off a boat. So we're about to hit some enemy contacts, gonna light them up, have some fun.
Refueled and fully tooled up, John leads the Orcs upriver for their first patrol. Out at sea, new Commodore Paul Bennett is on a mission to get to know every ship in his fleet. His first stop is the Royal Fleet Auxiliary ship, RFA Wave Ruler.
Oh, hi, good to see you. Welcome to Wave Ruler.
I'll take you up to the cabin.
Perfect, thanks very much indeed.
Hello there. Paul there, nice to meet you. Good to meet you too. One of the things you've got to do as a commander of any description is to find out, what makes the ships tick, what their difficulties are. Engines all run from here.
Yes, everything's all
right.
From here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that when I'm sat in the flagship trying to put a program together, we can make sure that it suits everyone. I mean, we're getting enough. Are we confusing you? Are we?
The ship's company feel very much part of Taurus if they see the boss coming around, speaking to them on a one-to-one basis. So I think it's very important.
Is that not in the hangar though? The
Neil Anderton's been a sailor for 34 years.
Be the Royal Fleet Auxiliary every time for me. No comparison.
The Royal Fleet Auxiliary ships follow the Royal Navy around the world, supplying them with fuel and food. But its sailors are civilians, and compared to the Navy, they've got it pretty good.
I get more time off, see my family more, the rates of pay are good, the leave's good, I get better accommodation.
Petty officers on HMS Bulwark have to sleep in bunks, with 6 to a cabin, and share a bathroom with 40 others.
These are the standard cabins that we have in here. The old computer, the fridge, TV, and then we have ensuite facilities. We have portals because we've got to have natural light into your cabin. There is a payment you can get, which I think is about £5 or £6 a day if you haven't got natural light. We're lucky in respect we can have us families on board when we're in port. And I had my wife out in Singapore this time for 10 days, and it were morale for her and morale for me. It's good.
But there are some downsides.
The sort of pensions they do, they retire after the 22 years, whereas we have to keep going till we're 60.
The Commodore's next stop is HMS Somerset.
Good day to you. Thank you very much. Really good to see you, actually. Yeah, very good to see you.
Somerset is a Type 23 frigate, a small but powerful battleship equipped with anti-submarine sonar and packed with formidable firepower.
Well, she's got far more weapon systems than either Ocean or Bulwark, and of course our job is to protect them, and we've got the capability to do that.
have surface-to-surface missiles and have air defence missiles as well. So we can fight in every warfare environment. So although we're small, we still pack a pretty big punch.
Somerset's also got its own Lynx attack helicopter, a fast and deadly aircraft. But this one's having a few technical hitches.
Right, it's in here.
Right.
That's the problem.
But it's all inside that that head, is it?
That cowling.
Right.
It's been frustrating for the engineers.
So how many hours have your team been at it every day?
Well, so the past 2 days has been roughly about 16 to 18 hour days.
Right.
So.
The team's still smiling?
Grimacing.
It's nearly midday, and the Australian frigate HMAS Menorah is expecting the Commodore for lunch. Their chef Nugget is cooking a dish that just can't go wrong.
Potato and steak, Aussie staple. I've vamped it up a bit with making the potato into a rosti and a bit of a demi-glaze with the steak, so it's got a bit of an Aussie twist to it, but it's not too out there.
The Aussie captain's steward, Justin Walcock, is in charge of setting the table.
Obviously, since we're the host nation, we're putting the Australian colours out.
And he's meticulous about the smallest details.
Basically, we want everything in a line, so when, for example, the Commodore or my commanding officers, they sit down, they can see a beautifully set table. I use the one finger with the finger there. And the glass is always in line with the main knife. I take a lot of pride because this is my bread and butter, basically. I hope the Commodore appreciates it.
In the galley, Nugget's steaks are perfectly pink.
So we're just waiting for confirmation that the CO is ready to have his meal.
But the guest of honour has only just got on board.
Hey, that's another 10 minutes away, so...
You're joking.
Now what it's like?
With the Commodore running late, Nugget's timings are out. His steaks are going to be overdone.
The hurry up and wait, that is a typical Navy term. They want everything done now. They want everything done 5 minutes ago, and when it's not done, they just tell you to hurry up and then wait anyway. So you can't win, you just keep going.
Hey, Nugget, we're ready for the food, mate.
Good to go, man. Rightio, all over it.
And Nugget finally gets to dish up.
When it's captains, commodores, my CO, I do feel a bit of pressure because you want to obviously make your boss happy.
Just tell me when to grab, mate.
Just the last little bit of garnish on top of the steak, bit of different colour, and then we're good to go.
Now it's Nugget's turn to keep the Commodore waiting.
In 2 seconds, I'll just get a photo.
Good job, Nancy. Let's go. We gotta get a shuffle on.
Yep, go. I was happy with it. Hopefully they'll be happy. I could always do better, so next time it will be better. And the time after that, it'll be better again.
Up next, the Marines go head-to-head in the jungle.
You just smash the place up and just mullet it so there's nothing left and you ain't going to be walking once I finish with it.
In the Brunei jungle, the Assault Squadron Marines are patrolling the croc-infested rivers. They're on the lookout for the enemy, also known as Faulty Commando.
My biggest fear and threat is an enemy can conceal themselves right on the close to the bank. They can put automatic fire straight onto me.
Colour Sergeant John Hiscock has 6 Orcs under his command. 4 carry troops and 2 are gunboats. The twin performance water jet engines give them a top speed of 40 knots. And they're capable of stopping in a boat's length and turning on a sixpence. The Orc gunboat is armed with 4 machine guns that engage the enemy side on, firing up to 200 rounds per minute. When these guns jam or need to be reloaded, the boat can spin 180 degrees and the gunners on the other side take over, maintaining a continuous wall of lead on the enemy position. Today's unusual. The guns are being manned by US Marines.
Basically, if something goes wrong, the gunboats are going to go straight towards it, right, and they're going to hose the place down, right, and they're going to actually just smash the place up and just mullet it so there's nothing left. The old saying is bring the rain.
Life is a little more relaxed at Marine HQ. It's tea time. One of Dinger's crew has been slaving away in the galley, making flapjacks.
Well done, mate. Look at that. Nice one, Jason.
Tucking into the marine-sized portions is Engineer Smudge. He and his mate Andy are permanently attached to 4 Assault Squadron, looking after all their boats. But they're not Royal Marines and proud of it.
Royal Navy, senior service. Hands down. End of chat.
Between them, the Navy engineers can fix any mechanical breakdown.
Obviously, all our boats are, fingers crossed, working. So that means, obviously, we've done our job well before they went away.
But right on cue, the Orcs radio in. There's a problem with one of the boats.
ORCs are inbound.
OK.
About 15 minutes away. One of them's got one engine.
One's got one engine.
John's Orc has got a problem, and he needs it fixed quick. 40 Commando could attack at any time, and they can't afford to be one boat down.
To be honest, these guys sometimes can pull a few rabbits out of a few hats, you know, to keep us going, you know, so it's good.
I've strung quite a lot, actually, mate. There's got to be a leak somewhere.
20 minutes of tinkering, and the lads have discovered one of the twin diesel engines is leaking coolant.
Is that cap all right? I like problems like that. Nice, curable, and not too much of a pain. Just going to give you a test run and see what you can do.
103, 104.
All right. Yeah, it is now, mate, yeah.
Boat fixed.
Cheers, dude. See you later.
And John heads out to catch up with the rest of his troops. He's got there just in time. The lead boat is under fire.
All call signs, go, go, go.
The 2 gunboats race to the rescue. John's troop carriers hang back.
We've just come under contact about 20, 30 metres up to our front. The gunboats are going for it now to engage that.
.40 Commando has got into character as rebel forces trying to gain control of the waterways.
Move it!
The Orcs are being attacked from both sides. The gunboats swing round to maintain their non-stop barrage of bullets.
You can hear them down there, the gunboats are absolutely mulleting the position now. If there's anybody in there, they ain't going to be moved.
The US Marines are feeling trigger happy. But as they're firing blanks, the enemy isn't giving up easily.
These boats are designed to get in there, mix it up, smash the place up, make sure level the place, there's nothing left over. By the time these guys go in there, we've got nothing really much to deal with.
The Orc gunboats are able to keep up a stream of fire for 15 minutes until the enemy finally gives up.
I think we're dead anyway.
Brothers, make sure you got a link man on the bank, all right? So we need to know where you are at all times.
The Assault Squadron Marines take over to clear the area on foot.
Okay, that's the last man.
OK, one enemy seen, one enemy dead. Yeah, clear.
The US Marines have used up to 20,000 rounds in 15 minutes.
If they're still alive after that, we got a problem.
They're not dead, Superman's alive. They're living well.
And they round off the day by oiling their guns.
Fire, look at
US Marine style. "40 miles away in the South China Sea, HMS Bulwark's received a call from her supply ship, RFA Wave Ruler.
There's a 9-liner coming through now.
One of the fleet auxiliary sailors has been injured and needs to be seen by Bulwark's doctor.
Notification of the sick bay, yeah, that we've got a 9-liner inbound.
The bosun is taking the seaboat out to pick him up. The patient is the Wave Ruler's baker, and he thinks he's got a broken hand. He's not in a good mood.
Smell. Can't smell the agony.
Bulwark's got its own operating theatre, complete with Surgeon Commander Peter Taylor.
Tell me about the finger.
I was playing cricket on the flight deck after a barbecue. That's as much as I can tell you, really. We've had a few beers, not too many. And we've played it with
The surgeon checks for broken bones.
The two sides. I do need to press, okay?
Right, well
there. Don't keel over.
Right.
He's got a fracture of a finger. It will sort itself out. It may take 6 to 8 weeks.
The ship's got all the facilities you'd find in a small town. A dentist, a gym, and her own shop called the Naffy, open 7 days a week.
Good morning.
It's run by civilian Terry Massey.
We supply all the chocolate and biscuits and toiletries and that lot to the ship's company, and basically all the needs of a corner shop.
Terry's best customers are the Marines, who bolster their diet with snacks from his shop.
It does get pretty busy. We've taken about £103,000 since we deployed, and taken about £14,000 this week alone. What are you after?
Terry's been at sea longer than any of the sailors on board.
I've been with the Naffy now for 37 years. I started off in 1972. Hi. Since then, I've been down the Falklands, the first Gulf War, the last Gulf War. OK, £12.95 then. The minute we come into a conflict, we have the choice. Either do you enlist or do you get disembarked? So, of course, most of us choose to enlist. OK, anything else? When that ceases, you go back to being a full-time civilian. Thank you. It's funny, really. I've done this long at sea, really, that I haven't joined the Navy myself, you know, because I'd have had my pension after 22 years, and here am I, all these years later, still doing it. But I enjoy what I do. There we go, 60p, mate.
Down in the woodwork room, there's the hairdressers.
Not qualified, but I am the ship's barber. So anyone who needs a haircut comes to see me.
Mike's day job is chief weapons engineer.
I'm no genius with scissors. I can give you a short back and sides.
Can I have a 3 back and sides?
And a little trim on top.
A little trim on the top this time. Last time it was massive. It's a military standard bearing and dress, really. You've always got to look your sharpest and your smartest at all times, even if you're at sea for weeks at end.
Very good, dude.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Put some products in it and let everyone point and laugh at you. Cheers,
With
buddy.
his new look, Petty Officer Steve Waldby is off to improve himself further.
So we're going to find a value.
But this time, it's GCSE maths. He's doing some last-minute revision, because tomorrow he's taking his exam.
Times 5, isn't it? X. Over 20. I was terrible at school. I was a little rogue. Go, sir!
After 13 years in the Navy, Steve's risen through the ranks.
You are the Royal Navy, the gypsy gravy. You are the best.
But he wants to become a chief petty officer.
17.3. And if you want promotion, you need them grades behind you. Definitely no Carol Vorderman, that's for sure.
Down on the vehicle deck, Marine Daz Farmers also decided to better himself.
You can join the corps with nothing, you know, no GCSEs, no A-levels, no nothing. I'm doing my English exam, I'm doing a maths exam. It keeps us entertained, it keeps us busy. You've got to summarise the passage, and personally I feel fine about doing it, but it's just when they read it back and it's just basically a load of you know, and it just doesn't come across how I thought I was writing it.
Captain Stuart Lee wants to be a Royal Navy photographer, so he's taking his maths GCSE as well.
Some people are more than happy to do this job for 20 odd years. Some people aren't. I mean, I'm not going to be in the Navy all my life. I mean, I've only got another 10, 11 years left. You know, and you've got to think about what I'm going to do outside the Navy, and at 40 with no civilian experience, and you're not that employable, really.
Tomorrow's exam day, so it's heads down.
Draw accurate versions of these sketches of regular polygons. Handy, handy, trick to know in photography.
In the jungle, the Orc crew are back at Dinger's boat. They're tired, dirty and thirsty.
We're not just for refueling, but for water and rations and ammunition and stuff, so everyone's getting plenty of that now while we're here. They're all sort of a bit blown out, so yeah, they just need a good crash out.
The Marines across the river need more water.
Well, I'm not sure this is going to work. However, I'm going to have a go anyway. Did you get that, mate?
Not quite, so he takes the long way round.
Sorry, mate. Didn't have my Weetabix this morning. Cheers, that. All right, mate. See you later.
Next, he rustles up burgers in the boat's galley.
I'll bundle these up for John and his merry men.
John Hiscock and the lads are going to spend the night here before heading back to the ship.
How's it been, mate?
Cheers, mate.
Them dished out.
Look at that.
How's it going, all right?
Here you go, lads, trucking.
We're the main sort of support platform for the boat group up the river, so hopefully we fulfil that tonight. Well, nice to see you, bud.
All right, buddy.
Take it easy and I'll...
And I'll see you in a more time. Bacon back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Coming up, the Marines go ape in the jungle and the lads sit their exams.
Wish us luck. See you later.
And get their results.
I'm going to join Matt and the guys on the Orcs.
Media Relations Officer Lieutenant Lindsay Ashwood is normally based on HMS Bulwark. As well as looking after our film crew, it's her job to show news reporters what the Marines get up to.
We get media coming out every time we've got a major part of the deployment.
Yeah, I'm OC Raiding Troop at 539 Assault Squadron.
There's a lot for them to see, so it's a good way of pushing the message home, what it is the Royal Navy is doing.
Hopefully they won't make us look like idiots, so...
Lindsay's got an ulterior motive for getting the news teams out to this remote area.
Take the flag, put it on the antenna, probably is the best bet.
Okay. She spotted a photo opportunity on the river.
From the 27th of June, it's going to be Armed Forces Day, and the idea is really that we want to provide the best publicity photos, and really we've got to go all guns out to beat the RAF and the Army, and that's what we're trying to do here today.
It's a chance for John to showcase his Orcs.
Once we're happy we've got the shot, we'll stop, you just go down, and then come back towards us.
At first, his lads missed the point.
The writing's the wrong way round.
It's gone wrong.
Gone way wrong.
But they crack it in the end.
I'm happy. Oh, they're going to go the other way.
As a finale, the Orc crew give the media a photo they won't forget.
Yeah, they got close. Well done, guys.
It's the end of the biggest exercise of the deployment. So before they head back to the ship, the Marines are enjoying a bit of freedom. It's time to say goodbye to their US Marine friends.
Perfect size, isn't it?
And bag some souvenirs.
Put that right on my uniform. Friends for life. We're going to Facebook each other now. That's right.
Yeah, I've just transferred from the Royal Marines to the US Marine Corps. Yeah, the boss gave it to me as a memento. Royal Marine Commando.
Awesome. Put it right here.
Yeah.
These guys have formed a bond.
Appreciate it, John.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
Next year, they'll be fighting alongside each other in Afghanistan.
Bring the rain. Bring the rain. And this is a culmination of 5 months. This is it. Happy days. Look forward to get back on board ship now and on the way home.
Let's pull back to the ship and get these stinking clothes off and yeah, get back to a bit of normality.
On the ship, it's exam day. Steve Wardby is going to be sitting his maths GCSE.
Very, very nervous. I've been doing revision last night, this morning, lunchtime, 5 minutes before now. Lessons plus revision equals a pass, hopefully. That's my new formula.
Wish us luck. See you later.
Marine Daz will be taking his English GCSE.
I suppose a little bit nervous because, I want to get a better grade, but I'm normally all right in exams as such, but, it's just the bigger picture of, English in general that I'm just crap at.
And last in is Lee, also tackling maths.
Bish. Hi, mate. Back to the school days of the Oxford maths tin and all the protractors and set squares that comes with that. And one of those ridiculously complicated scientific calculators that only 16-year-olds can work. And the obligatory coffee.
Right, gentlemen. This is a 2-hour exam. If you
the
need
ship's
any
chaplain is in charge.
Best of luck. Crack on.
Technically, I'm invigilating. Big word, I just drink lots of coffee and read a book.
Just 10 minutes into the exam and an alarm goes off.
There's a fire exercise kicked off on the ship, which is standard fare, really. I've given them all earplugs and they can crack on with their academic athletics instead of a fire exercise. We need to go to the bridge to make sure that they're aware where these people are.
The fire is an electrical fire.
Change is the only constant, Things happen around here at the drop of a hat. Permission to come on the bridge, please, Officer of the Watch.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just letting you know there's an exam kicking off in the Senior 8's dining hall. They struggle so hard to get to this point, and in this environment it's bloody difficult. I really want them to be what they can be, and this is their opportunity to get up the ladder.
After 2 intense hours, the exam is over.
Hopefully, that should be the last maths exam I'll take for the foreseeable future.
I don't think it went too bad.
That's it then. Done.